Today we'll look into email configuration, that is cart settings by the basis consultants and spool request. So those we'll be looking today. Okay, so output email configuration. Okay, output email configuration. For this, first you need to do the SCOT settings. So SCOT is a T code. Okay, SCOT, SCOT itself is a T code. It's a basis T code. So whenever we need to configure the email, that means whenever you create an order, an email has to be sent to the customer saying that order confirmation. So how this is done? It's done by the email configuration. So for this, first your basis consultant should do some 1 or 2 steps for SCOT settings. Then after an SD consultant, you would be doing some configurations. Okay. So once you want the email configuration, first you will ask your basis consultant. Sorry. So first you will be asking you will be sending an email to your basis consultant to do the SCOT settings. So your basis consultant will be sending the email to client's administrator, admin, asking him the client's mail server, IP address, host name, and these all things. So once after receiving the IP address and host names, the basis consultant, he will go to the SCOT settings, and there he would be giving the server ID, okay, and host name and these all details. Okay, so once you do these details, then as an SD consultant you would be going and configuring whatever is of the SD consultant job. So go to the transaction code SCOT. So first I guess 2 steps. First 2 steps would be of basis consultant, and the last is as an SD consultant. Okay, so as an SD consultant, when you come to this particular SCOT, go to the internet, select this internet, SMTP, double click on this SMTP. So in this SMTP, you need to select this host name, this mail port, mail host. This as an SD consultant you will be giving, and you will be also selecting what should be the document type. Select this internet and set, and what should be the output format, whether it should be a PDF or a smart form. Okay, so this you would be selecting and press OK. So this is the configuration as an SD consultant you would be doing in the SCOT settings for the email. Okay, so you will be just entering the email address and the customer, that's it. Okay, so as I told you, let's see whether you want to track. See, in the real time you have an option to check whether your email has been sent or not, but in the ideas here, if you want to see like what we have seen for the printout, whether printout has been issued or not, right? So for that we have seen through what we call that print preview. Likewise, here you can see whether email has been sent or not with a transaction code called SOST. Okay, you can track whether your email has been sent or not. That's what you can do in the IDAS system. Okay, so this is the email configuration, and we have spool request. In the interviews they might be asking what is a spool request, what is these things. So spool request consists of list of all the outputs which are issued already, the outputs what all already issued. Okay, whether you want to check what are the outputs has been issued, you can check that in the spool request. And how can you do that? With the transaction code SP01, SP02, and if in the interviews if they ask you where can I take collective printouts of all the things, then you can take this in the spool request. You can take a collective printouts in one go. Okay, there you can see all the outputs issued. So that's what the output configuration. So let's move on to the next concept, which is copy controls. So we will not be discussing text determination. It's a simple configuration only. You can see directly it starts with the configuration, and I have complete screenshots and set everything here. So for text, you can just go through the document, follow the screenshots, and just finish one round of configuration. That's enough. Okay, so let us see the important concept. The next is copy controls. Copy controls, very important concept for interviews in the real time also. In the real time also we'll be working a lot on the copy controls. See what we have done, we are creating an order with reference to quotation. We are creating delivery with reference to order. We are creating invoice with reference to a delivery. Likewise, we also create order with reference to contracts, right? So there is lot of times you would be referring to something previous, that is called as preceding and subsequent. Okay, this is a preceding document for a subsequent document. Okay, so you will be always referring to the preceding document to create a subsequent document. Why? Because the reason is why you are referring, the data will be copied from here to here and there is no errors, and you need not to create again and again the same data in the preceding and subsequent. So the reason you copy it. So how the data is copied from preceding document, or this is also called as source and this is called as target. How this is copied from source to target document with the help of a concept called as copy controls. So copy controls will enable help us to copy the data from the source document to target document. So you can control what data to be copied and what data not to be copied. Okay. So copy controls are used when we are creating a document with reference to another document. And what is the purpose of copy controls? It will help us to copy the data from source document to target document, and it controls whether to create a document with reference to preceding document or not. Okay. So we have different types of copy controls. You can see here copy controls between sales document and sales document, copy control between sales document and delivery document, copy control between invoice and delivery document. So lots of copy controls. So let's see them. So the first is sales document to sales document. So what is the document? Source a sales and target also sales. That is inquiry quotation, quotation to order, return SDF, order returns, quantity contract order, quantity contract general, quantity contract material specific. Okay, so these all are sales documents, right? So this is sales document to sales document copy controls. The next is sales document to delivery, order to LF, return to return delivery, and consignment fill up to delivery, consignment issue to delivery, consignment pick up to returns, consignment returns to returns, default order type DL to default delivery type LO, FD to LF, RO rush order to LF, cash sales to BV, scheduling agreement delivery, SDF subsequent delivery. So this is sales document to delivery. Next is delivery to invoice. These are delivery and these are invoice. Sales document to invoice. Why? Because certain times we have order related billing also. So this is order related billing. Okay, and invoice to sales document. Okay, return. The next invoice to invoice cancellation. Okay, so these are the different types of copy controls which we will be having from document to document. So let's see the T codes now, how this will work. And there is a logic in remembering and writing these T codes. Easily you can remember. The standard, generally the T codes are 4 character, right? So first 2 characters are standard, which is VT. VT is standard for every T code, but only the next 2 characters changes. Okay, VT, the next 2 characters only changes. That is, if it is sales, then it is A. A stands for sales. Delivery, L. Invoice, F. Just only replace this. Okay, if it is sales document to sales document, sales is A and it is sales is A. That means the T code is VT AA. Sales document to delivery, that means VT, always target comes first, source next. Okay, target comes first, source next. So sales document to delivery, what is the target here? Delivery. Delivery means L. VTL, sales document is A, VTLA. Okay, target first, source next, and VT is common for everything. Delivery to invoice, VT common, target, source. Target comes first. That means VTFL. Okay, so this is how the logic to write a T code. Okay, and always we have target and source. Target comes first and source next. So this is the logic to remember the T codes. Okay, so let's go ahead and see the controls what we have in this particular T codes. So first we will be looking into the sales document to sales document, that is VTAA. So let me run the transaction VTAA, and it will take lot of time to open. Be patient. Copy controls, it's not only my system, your system also, it will take lot of time to open. Okay, VTAA. It takes lots of time to open this particular copy controls. Okay, so we'll do one thing. By the time it opens, we'll go through the document. So once it opens, I'll show you there. So copy controls, first we have the is copy requirement. Okay, this is nothing but copy routine or copy requirement. Okay, so you know what is the requirement, right? Which will check for every time for some validations, and if the validation or the condition fulfills, then only system will allow to create a document with reference to another document. If not, system will not allow you to create an order with reference to quotation or something. Okay, if the validation pass, that means if system allows, then only it will allow you to copy and create a new document. So the standard copy requirement what we have in the WTAA is 001. Okay, so 001 is the standard T code, standard requirement what we have in the VTAA. So let's see what this requirement checks. It checks that is the reference document complete or not. Okay, whether the reference document is complete or not. Is the reference document fully referred or not? Is the currency of that both the documents should be same? Validity period. Why? Because quotation has a validity period. Contract has a validity period. So whether the validity period of the reference document is still existing or not. Is customer same, that the sold to party is same in the both source and target, and sales area is same or not. These are the 6 factors what this copy requirement 01 checks. Okay, so this is the screen VTAA. Go to the position and select sales document type. So always target comes first. So order to quotation ORQT. Select this and go to the details. See, if this is a sales document, so it has a structure, right? Header, item, schedule line. So now we are at the header level. So first let's go and see the header controls details. Okay, you see now I am in the quotation order combination, and copy requirement the standard is 001. So just open this and see the ABAP code so that we will understand what this 001 controls. Okay, go to 01 and click on this ABAP code. Their system you would be knowing like what all this requirement 001 checks. Yeah, you see this, what this routine 001 checks. It checks, is the reference document complete? Was the reference document fully referred or not? is the currency same in both the source and target, and which validity periods of the reference document, and whether the customer is same in sold to party is same or not, and sales area. Okay, sales or distribution channel division, whether sales area is same for both the customers or not. So that's what this particular requirement 0001 checks. Okay. Okay, suppose say you may get some requirement in the real time that you are, suppose say you are creating an order with reference to quotation, and the customers are different. In the quotation the customer is different, but I want to create an order with referring to that particular quotation. For that, SAP is given a standard that is header different customer. If both the sold to parties are should be same, then one. But if your requirement is you want to create an order with reference to some quotation where the sold to party is different, then maintain requirement 2. So requirement 2 controls that customer is different is also okay. The rest everything is same, only customer part is are the reference and whether it's 01 or 02. Just a moment. 02 header different customer reference. Okay, the text is same, but it checks that, like if you want to have a different customer in the sold in the order, then just maintain 2. By default it is okay. So if you want to change target customer to reference customer, then change the copy requirement to 02. And we have copy. The next is data transfer routine. How the data should be transferred. The standard is 051. Okay, at the header level, how the data should be transferred. Okay, so data transfer routine will help to copy the data from source document to target document, and then at any time you want to go with customization user defined. As it's a copy control routine, the standard T code which developers use VOFM. VOFM is the transaction code. When we go there, you will be seeing pricing routine, output routines, copy control routines. So in the same way, you'll be developing the copy control new routines also. Okay. Then next we have copy item number. Okay, copy item number. So what this particular copy item number controls is, suppose say I created a quotation with 10 X material 100 quantity, 20 Y material 200 quantity, 30 Z material 300 quantity. So with reference to this I created an order, and in this order I created only 10 X material 100, 20 Y material 200. Then next I am creating one more order with reference to same document. So now how this number should be copied? Why? Because only line item 30 is left here in this quotation. Whether it should copy as 30 or it should be copied as a 10. Why? Because generally when we create an order newly, the first line item is always 10. But here you are referring an order with quotation. So how this line item number should be copied? Whether it should be copied as it is like this as 30 from the source document to target document, or it should be redetermined as 10. That's controlled by this copy item number. So if we activate this, what happens? The line item number will be copied as it is from source document to target document. Okay. So if you uncheck, it will redetermine in the target document. Okay. Then next is complete reference. So complete reference, that is if you activate this, system will not allow you to select or deselect any item from the source document to target document. It should be copied. If you have 10 line items in the source document, in the target also it should be 10. It will be automatically copied. System will not allow you to change the items. Okay. So if you uncheck this, actually this should not be, it should be unchecked. Okay, if it is unchecked, then system will allow you to delete or change the items in the target document. So that's what the controls what we have at the header level. Now go to the item level. Okay, double click on this item. So it would be always, let me open tan and see. You see there is no tan here. You see there is no tan. For item, system considers only source item category. System does not system does not take a target item category. System takes only source item category. Quotation, AGN. You see you have AGN here but you don't have tan, because for item category system controls only source item category. So select this and go to the controls. So this you see in the order you don't have it, item categories you don't have field itself, but here quotation you have AGN. System considers only source item category. Again we have copy requirement here, standard is 301. So standard 301 copy requirement controls that do not copy the items which is fully referred or rejected. That means if the items from the source document, if it is already referred or if the items are rejected, don't copy them. Okay, that's what the standard copy requirement 301 controls. Then next here also we have a data transfer routine 105 in the standard data transfer routine. So even this data transfer routine also controls and helps us that how the data should be copied from the source document to target document. And the next is copy schedule lines. You see here, okay, it's in display mode. I am not going to change mode. It will take again a lot of time to open. So you see this copy schedule lines. So for this item, we know, right, for one line item we can have multiple schedule lines. So for this line item, whether I should copy the sales, the schedule lines as it is or not. Schedule lines as it is or not. That is whether to copy all the schedule lines of that particular line item as it is or not. If you activate it, system will copy all the line items as it is to the target document. If you uncheck this, system again will redetermine in copying those particular schedule lines. The next is, okay, for this again anyway I need to go to change mode. Let me go to the change mode once. It may take time, but I want to show this update document flow. What's a table for document flow? Anyone have an idea? What is a table for document flow? I hope we discussed earlier, VBFA. Okay, so now let me again go to the AGM and controls. Yeah, you see this update document flow and this particular positive and negative. These two fields will have relation. These two fields will have relation. Suppose say if I am removing this particular plus, I am making this field blank and try to save it. No, not plus, just a moment. Let it be plus. Let me remove this x. Let me remove this x. You see what system says? If you want to remove this x, you also remove this particular whatever the value you maintained in the positive and negative. Why? Because these fields both has a relation. Okay. So let's see what is the relationship in between both and what is the document flow and what is this positive and negative. See, update document flow controls So whenever you are referring, suppose say you created a quotation. Okay, you created a quotation, 10 line item, X material, 100 quantity. Okay, so with this reference you are creating an order, 10 line item, X material. I just create an order with only 30 quantity. So what happens now? System will update this data into the document flow, VBFA. Okay, VBFA table it will update. And how it will update? It says that 30, I just referred only 30, right? That means only 70 is remaining here. So when I try to create one more order with reference to this particular quotation, with this particular quotation, if I am trying to create one more order, say 10 line item, X material, 30 quantity again. Now system should get this 30 quantity from 100 or 70. It should get it from 70. Why? Because this is open quantity and this is closed quantity. That's what's the document flow. That's what the update is. Okay. System updates the quantities into the document flow table like this. Okay. So now I referred 30. So what is the open quantity in this quotation? 70 minus 30. 40 quantity is the open quantity. So how system knows? By this particular update document flow which is updating into the VBFA table. From there system knows whether I can still create a order with reference to this quotation or not. Okay, so that's what a positive effect is all about. Okay, we have positive and negative, right? So positive effect is that, so if we maintain X in the update document flow, then whenever we create a document with reference to other document, the line item information will be updated into a table, document flow table, that is VBFA, and the result is status of that line item will be updated, saying that whether it's a open, the quantity is still open or closed, what is the open quantity, everything would be there. Okay, if you don't maintain this particular update document flow, then data will not be copied into that, and the result is status of the source document line item will not be updated. Okay, and what happens? The document always it show open. Okay, and system don't know whether you want to refer or not. Why? Because always this shows as open. Why? Because document should be closed, right? But it will not be closed. And as I told you, this both will have a relationship, positive and negative. So let's see what is this positive and negative. So positive is whenever we create a document with reference to another document, the reference quantity will be deducted from the open quantity. Okay. So just now whatever the scenario we looked into, positive quantity is all about, suppose say I created an order, quotation. I created a quotation, 10 line item, X material, 100 quantity. So what is the positive effect is, if I create an order with reference to this particular quotation, X material, 30 quantity, 30 quantity, positive effect is system will deduct this quantity from the open quantity. Then again, now what is the open quantity? 100 minus 30, 70 is the open quantity. If I create one more order with reference to this particular quotation, 10 line item, X material, 40 quantity. So system will deduct this quantity from the open quantity. 70 minus 40, 30 is still open quantity. This is positive effect. And we also have negative effect. And see, this negative effect is only applicable for one process, that is quantity contract. Okay. This negative effect is applicable only for quantity contract. So let's see why it's applicable only for quantity contract and what is the use of this particular negative. Okay, I'm creating a quantity contract. X material 1000 quantity is the quantity contract what we created. Now with reference to this quantity contract, I am creating an order, X material 500 quantity, first order. Then next again I created one more order, X material 300 quantity. So what is the quantities available still? 100 minus 500. So this 500 is available. Out of this 500 again I have created 300. That means what is open quantity now? 200 is the open quantity in this quantity contract. But this is sales order number 1, this is sales order number 2. But from the sales order number 2, the 300 quantity what you delivered to the customer has returned back 100 quantity out of this particular 300 quantity. So what this negative effect controls is, in a quantity contract, whenever customer returns the goods back to you, this quantity should go and add to the open quantity of the quantity contract. Okay. Why? Because customer has to fully order this 1000. So he is returning this quantity from the quantity contract order. So whenever he is returning the goods in a quantity contract, that should go and add back to the open quantity of the quantity contract. So now open quantity of quantity contract becomes 300. That's what the negative effect. Negative effect controls that in a quantity contract, the return goods should be always added to open quantity of the contract. Okay. So that's what the negative effect, okay, with reference to contract. So it's applicable only to the contract, what we call quantity contract, only one scenario. So that's what these two fields. Then next, do not copy batch. That means whether you don't want to copy the batch from the source to the target, you just activate it. Then next you have one more field here, re-explode structure and free goods. This is for BOM and this is for free goods. That means when you're copying and creating a target document, that means when you're creating a target document with reference to a source document, a BOM is already exploded in the source document, or a free goods is determined in the source document. Whether you want to re-export, that means whether you want to redetermine in the target document or not. If you want to redetermine that, activate this. If you don't want to redetermine, leave it. Okay. So that's what re-explode this thing. Next is pricing type. I hope I already shown this to you earlier when we are discussing pricing. In the pricing condition category, I told you that in copy controls, we'll have a relationship with one field called as pricing type, right? So this field will have relationship with condition category in the condition type controls. That means how the price should be copied from the source to target. Whether it should be copied, it should be redetermined, XYZ, all the things. That means if you select B in the pricing type field here in the copy controls, we have a lot of options here, A, B, C, D like this. A is do nothing. B means carry out new pricing. If you maintain B, system will determine new price into the target document. Okay, complete new pricing. C means copy manual pricing elements as it is, but redetermine everything else. Only manual should be same from source to target, but redetermine everything. D means copy pricing elements unchanged, don't change anything. G means copy pricing elements unchanged, but redetermine only taxes. I hope at this point of time we discussed one scenario also. Did we discuss that redetermining freight and tax both at the same time? Anyone? You guys remember? I want to redetermine freight and tax both at the same time. In standard, we don't have that option. You see, to determine freight, it is H. To determine tax, it is G. I hope we discussed. Okay, changing the condition category for the freight condition type, and you can do it. Okay, so anyway, that scenario is there in the document also. In the pricing material, you have that. You can just go through that. Okay, so that's what this pricing controls. Okay, this pricing type controls those things. And anything left in this? Schedule and category proposal. Okay, one more. Okay, we looked into the item, right? Now let's go to the schedule line. Update quantity. Yeah, X. Now go to the schedule lines. Okay, so schedule lines, select no MRP or deterministic MRP. So let us select deterministic MRP. Controls. Only one copy requirement, that is weather copy requirement. So what this checks is schedule and quantity should be greater than 0. Why? Because you cannot deliver a 0 item, right? So delivering quantity, it should be greater than 0. That means at least 1. That's what this copy requirement checks. Schedule and quantity should be greater than 0. Okay. So this is VTAA. Then next is VTLA. Okay. That is the delivery to sales document to delivery. So let me run the transaction code VTLA/n VTLA. Okay, VTLA. So target first, source next. So delivery type, target first and source next, or select this combination, and delivery document. Here we have only two things, right? Header and item. So go to the header level controls. So we have a couple of requirements here. So first order requirement 001. So what it checks, the reference document should be an order. It should be an order to deliver. Why? Because you cannot get a delivery from quotation or some other things. The next, this document should not be blocked for credit, and there should not be any status profile block. That means document should be released for delivery. Okay, that's what this requirement 001 checks. Header, at the header. And combination requirements, can I combine multiple orders into single delivery or not? Okay, if you are combining multiple orders into single delivery, then the standard requirement helps to combine it 051. And what it checks, delivery type should be same for all the orders. If you want to combine, billing type should be same for all the orders, and sales organization should be same for all the orders. This is the requirement. Then only system will allow you to combine multiple orders into a single delivery. Then next you have an order requirement 001. So it checks shipping points, delivery status, and item status profile. Okay, at the item level, it checks these things. Let me go to the item. Okay, so here we have TAN. Select this and go to the item controls. So here we have a copy order requirement is 101. So that's what this 101. It checks that the shipping point, delivery status of the item, and item status profile, whether item is released or not. Okay, so that's what in the VT LA. So we'll stop it here. We'll continue from tomorrow. The VTFL is important, so we'll continue this as separate tomorrow. And tomorrow it's finished, and tomorrow is the last session for the SD concepts. So tomorrow we'll be starting business process, and the first business process is consignments. So we'll not discuss again the OTC process. Why? Because we have discussed enough in the sales itself. So we'll not discuss OTC. We'll be starting discussing about the consignments first business process. So we'll finish VTFL and consignments both tomorrow. In one session we'll be finishing those. Okay. So let's catch up tomorrow and go ahead with these two concepts, and most probably this week we'll try to finish all the business process. This week itself we'll try to finish, and one more week for other concepts like SIN and something. Okay, so make it as like by 15th we'll finish. We are very back of the schedule, but by 15th we'll finish all complete training. Okay. So have a good day. We'll catch back tomorrow and continue tomorrow's session with the copy controls, VTFL, and business process consignments. Okay, bye bye.